Say, kids, what time is it?
Howdy doody dog!
Does anybody know what time it is? It's time for another session with PowerDirector Made Simple. Today's video will be a quick look at one more of the changes made to PowerDirector with the March 27th, 2024 update. My last video focused on the major changes to the use of the background music. And before I go any further, let me make one quick point of clarification on that previous video. One viewer wanted to know if I was saying that you could no longer use meta music tracks on videos uploaded to YouTube. I responded that it was Meta saying that. Now, what happens if you go ahead and use meta music tracks on YouTube videos is really unknown at this point. I don't think the Meta police are going to be knocking on your door. So, aside from the music changes, some sharp-eyed viewers might have noticed one or two other obvious changes. CyberLink used to put a small icon in the upper right corner of the screen for what's new with this version, but I no longer see that. CyberLink also used to change their web page, showing what's new for each month. But so far, nothing has been added for April. Anyhow, moving on. One of the most noticeable new features is the addition of the control buttons on audio clips on the timeline to easily add fade-in and fade-outs to the audio. Let me first demonstrate the older method of adding fades. This older method was revised last September when this version was first released. Now, that was a long time ago, 6 or 7 months to be exact. So in CyberLink time, I guess they figured it was time to be revised once again. So I'm going to first select a video file from an air show and place it on track 1. I'm going to expand the audio track so that we get a clear view of what's happening. I'll then click on the Edit button just above the timeline. Now, when the Edit menu opens, I'm going to select Audio at the top. I'll then click on Volume Fade. Once there, I can move the fade in and fade out sliders to whatever time interval I wish. As I move both to a maximum of 10 seconds, watch what happens to the appearance of the clip on the timeline. So I guess CyberLink must have thought that this procedure was far too difficult for users to understand, so they came out with this new method in the update. I'll first reset the fades back to 0 and exit from the editing menu. Now, for the newly revised method of doing fades, look closely at the video and audio clip. It looks the same as always, but watch what happens when I hover the mouse over it. There, did you see the yellow ball appear at the beginning and end of the audio track? Those are the fade adjustment gadgets. When you hover over the yellow ball at the beginning, the cursor changes to a double-sided arrow and notes the current time setting of 0.0. I'll drag it to the right to its maximum value of 10 seconds and release. I just added a fade-in of 10 seconds. On the timeline, it looks just the same as when you use the old method. I'll do the same to add a fade out at the end. Now, this method works the same on standalone audio clips such as background music tracks and sound effects. I'll drag down a CyberLink background music track to demonstrate. I'll click on background music on the left side and then CyberLink and then acoustic. I'll select award winner and drag it down to track 2. I'll widen the appearance of the track so that we can see what is happening. If I hover the mouse over the audio track of the background music, you can see the same yellow gadgets. I'll use the gadget at the beginning to set a 10-second fade in, and it looks the same as the previous examples. So there you have it. Wow, count them. Two methods in one.
Yes, only new certs gives you two mints in one.
And for those old-time users of PowerDirector, there is yet a third method of creating a fade in or fade out. Have you figured out how to do it yet? I'll give you 30 seconds to spot the method. Time's up. Hey, we are using CyberLink time here. All you have to do is hold down the control key and click on the volume line to add a control point. Technically, it's a keyframe, but let's not get too confusing at this point. I'll create that control point at about the same 10-second mark that's shown above. I'll use the end of the fade created by the yellow gadget as a guide where I should create that control point. I'll then get rid of the fade in that was added using the yellow gadgets by moving the yellow gadget back to a value of 0.0. I'll then click on the beginning control point on the volume line and drag it down to a minimum volume. And there it is. 3 different methods to create fade-ins and fade-outs for your audio. Just like the magic number 3. You're born, you pay taxes, and then you die. But wait, there's more. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, CyberLink didn't stop there with changes in this latest update. In the next video, we'll take a look at some more of these changes. In the meantime, share this video with your friends, click that like and subscribe buttons. And once again, thanks for watching.